Hi everyone, I'm going to start with a fresh new channel series of industrial process control. So to begin with this, we are going to introduce to you the different topics related to the industrial process control, and also I'm going to brief about the various industries, compressor and reactor about it. So please subscribe the channel so that you will get all the information and all the updates about the industrial process control. And do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notification whenever I upload the video. So let's begin with the industrial process control. The first chapter which I am going to cover is a reactor. Reactor, which we had already seen in your, those who opt the nuclear instrumentation had already seen what is reactor. In short terms, the reactor is basically where the exothermic and endothermic reactions are taking place. So this reactor we are going to see what is a characteristics of it, then what are the different schemes are available, then what are the possible temperature or pressure control over the reactor we are going to see. The any cascade control or any other selective control ways of controlling the reactor we are going to see. These reactors, as you all must be familiar with this is a nuclear reactor which is used for the power generation purpose. So this reactors, how we can control this by using a various control schemes, we are going to see that. Next chapter is your compressor. I know the word compressor is very much familiar to you because in control system component we covered about the types of the compressor. We had seen the piston type of the compressor, then the diaphragm type, various types of the compressor we had seen. In this we are going to see what is a surge control. Surge control, what is the characteristics of the surge control, what are the method of doing the surge control, what is actually I mean by the surge control. I know the word is surge is completely new to you, but how this is related to the compressor. Okay, so this all part we are going to see. Next chapter we are going to see is a gas turbine. This particular chapter is very much useful to you if you opt the power plant instrumentation in your 8th semester. The layout of the gas turbine, what is open cycle, closed cycle, then what are the engine controls which we are going to see in the gas turbine. How these gas turbines are useful for power generation, that we are going to see. Not just that, we are going to see what is a combined cycle or open cycle of the gas turbine, which will be helpful for the increasing the efficiency of power generation. We are going to see that. Next comes the very interesting part, that is a continuous process industry and a batch process industry. What I mean by the continuous process industry, first I will explain that. A continuous process industry who is working continuously for a longer period of time. Okay, it is working, ideally it is working non-stop. So the continuous process is taking place. So the who come under it? The refinery and iron and steel industries, basically the manufacturing, the life supplements industries are coming under it. But the batch one who is not working continuously is batch. Then how much it is working? It is working for certain time period. A time period is fixed, maybe it is a 4 hours, 8 hours a day. A time period is fixed, that industry is called as a batch industry. So who comes under the batch industry? In the batch industry there is a pharmaceutical industry and a food industry is a basic part of the batch industries. So let's see what is a refinery industry. In a refinery industry, we all are going to see what is refinery, how oil is extracted, how oil is processed afterwards. You are going to study the distillation column afterwards. So how the at multiple layer at different temperature the oil types have been extracted, how that can be utilized. The oil for a soap, oil for the vehicle, oil for the diesel and everything. So that all part we are going to cover in this refinery industry. The next part is a wonderful industry, that is a steel industry, a very old industry in India, I will say. This steel industry, how the process is taking place. See, remember, whenever we are thinking about any industry, what is our role? We must know the process first, then only we can apply for the sensors, transmitters, etc. So the role of the process industry, all these industries, the process we all must know. So we are going to learn about the process, we are going to learn about the different sensors, transmitters which are used in these particular industries. So how the steel is extracted, iron ore is extracted, then how it has been processed, how the scrap is been reutilized, and how the byproducts have been created with the help of this process we are going to see. Then we are going to see what are the sensors involved in that, what are the transmitters involved in that, valves involved in that, we are going to see that. Next part is a batch industry. As I said, the food industry, in the food industry we are going to see one industry, that is a milk pasteurization industry. So this is a very famous industry and very great business. As you all know now, the Amul is standing in top 10 milk production in all over the world. So it is really a huge industry, not only in just India but also in abroad. So what is the automation involved in that, what is the process involved in that, how the pasteurization is affecting, or how the role of a pasteurization in throughout this milk processing. Then what should be a temperature of the milk, because remember, whenever we are taking the milk or whenever we are purchasing, we are keeping it in a fridge or we are immediately boiling it. So we are taking certain precaution for the milk. Why? We are going to discuss that in this particular chapter. Then what are the sensors involved in that, what are the different valves involved in that. Okay, then level sensing is a prime parameter in this, temperature sensing is a prime parameter in this. So that all we are going to discuss in this milk industry. Next industry is a very huge industry, and in this COVID pandemic situation, this particular industry plays a vital role, that is a pharmaceutical industry. In this pharmaceutical industry, we are going to see how the penicillin working is going on, how the penicillin is been extracted, how that can be processed, that all industry process we are going to see in a pharmaceutical. Remember, the pharmaceutical is a huge area for an instrumentation engineer, huge scope for an instrumentation engineer to work with. After that, a very important chapter, that is safety in instrumentation system or instrumentation control system we are going to see. This is a very important chapter because safety aspect is really very important. Whenever we are designing something, whenever we are considering something, the safety aspect of any system is very important. We had you must have heard about the case studies about the Bhopal gas leak. That was really a disaster happened because the safety aspect was not properly taken care. So even if we are going for the petrol pump for filling the petrol in our car, but that time also certain safety aspects are there, and how to measure this safety, it is very easy. They had done is they are classifying the area, and based on the classifying they are measuring the safety. So for each area, for each zone, the safety protections are different, the safety aspects are different, that we are going to see. This particular diagram is showing that how industry is working at each level about the safety. The process, basic control, then the alarms are the safety devices, safety intervention, that is informing in the control room about the hazard condition occur inside the plant. Then the safety instruments are there, then protection devices are there, then fire and a gas system, plant emergency response. So these all are the layers over each other that one should take care and one should not neglect this part. I have a video on alarm annunciator where I briefly explain about the importance of the alarm annunciator and working of the alarm annunciator. Please do watch that. What are the books to refer is, there are number of wonderful books are available, but my complete recommendation is for the Bela-Liptak process control and the unit operation of the chemical engineering. Don't get scared that we are instrumentation engineer or electrical engineer. What's the role of chemical engineer? We all must know the process. If we know the process, then only we will be able to control it, we will be able to measure it and sense it. So these two books are the most preferable one. Rest these are the reference books which are available. There is a chemical process, then there is a boiler control. This is a wonderful book by the ISA which is covering almost head to toe part of the boiler control. Then this is a power plant where your gas compressor, gas turbine, then the compressor, then your other part of the systems like power plant system, gas turbine, that all is also covered in that. A special book for the gas industrial gas turbine is also available by Mr. Razak. I recommend one particular NPTEL course for you all, because you all are in a final year. So this industrial automation and control is a wonderful course for any instrumentation engineer. My strong recommendation for this particular course, because it is covering, if you go through that syllabus, you will find that the syllabus is covering from your transducer, that is from your sensor, to your control schemes, your controllers, everything, the whole to toe part of the, it's a, I will say, a complete revision of instrumentation involved in that 12-week course. Registration is absolutely free. So my strong recommendation, again I repeat, my strong recommendation for this course is there. You need to pay for the exam, that is a nominal 1000 rupees you need to pay, but that is absolutely a nominal charge. You will get a certificate from that. And please do this course, do the weekly assignments. They are not that easy, but I think at final year you can definitely solve that. There are two exams very important for any engineer, that is a GATE exam and IES exam. First I will talk about the GATE exam. GATE is basically a graduate aptitude test in engineering, you all aware of that. What is a GATE exam about? GATE exam is having a certain weightage for mathematics, for aptitude, for suppose a biomedical, analytical, suppose your control skill system. It is having a certain weightage. It is a summary of what we had learned so far. So my strong recommendation for the GATE, because GATE doesn't have any limit, age limit there, then any of the companies, if you are applying for with a certain GATE score, then the company will definitely appreciate you. In a PSU sector, normally they don't conduct their separate written test majorly, but if you have a GATE score, then there is a direct backdoor entry for them if you need to crack the interview and then you are clear in that. So the GATE is a wonderful one, because as I said, there is no age limit and there is no attempt. The live KT is allowed, even you need to be in a third year at least, so final year student can definitely apply for that. Dead KT is not an issue for them, live KT is not an issue for them, so please apply for the GATE. Another exam, that is engineering Indian Engineering Service IES exam, is one of the reputed exam, and the exam at which is considered centrally conducted, which is equivalent to your UPSC exam, is your IES exam. IES exam, as in GATE exam, you will find that the instrumentation is a separate head there, but in IES exam we need to apply under the electrical head. Don't get scared, we are already a allied branch of the electrical engineer, so we can directly apply for it. And the syllabus, if you see in the IES exams, the syllabus is much similar to your instrumentation. Whatever you had learned is just a repetition is there, so don't get scared, do attempt the exam. One of the said that it is a toughest exam, but if you go through the various YouTubes, the success stories, if you see, you will find it much encouraging for applying it. There is a age limit for the IES exam, and that is a 30. In my blog, that is www.letslearnwithdipti.wordpress.com, I had given the question papers and answer keys for both GATE and IES exam. So please do apply for the any of this exam. These are the wonderful exams, and if you crack those exams, your future will be wonderful definitely. So my recommendation, especially for the IES exam, that student must apply for the IES exam at least once. Okay, please do refer the question papers and answer keys which are available. This is my blog, please note it. So let's start with the first chapter. In the next video I will come with the first chapter. I am going to start with the continuous industry, that is a steel industry, and I am going to start with that. So this is all about the introduction about the topic which I am going to teach you, that is introduction about the industrial process control. So please subscribe and press the bell icon so that you will get the all the details in this particular video about the videos, the steel industry, milk industry, everything you will get it over here. Thank you.